Good morning everyone. Today we are going to start with the new chapter, that is electronic devices. Now what do you mean by electronic devices first? Any device which is having controlled flow of electrons, that is called electronic device. And that control has been done through different arrangement inside that. Okay, so to study electronic devices, first we need to study the type of solid materials, like which are the different types in which we can categorize them. For example, they can be categorized into conductors. Solids can be categorized into conductors. They can be categorized into insulators. And there is the third means type of solid that can exist, that they are called semiconductors. So we'll come to this, what are semiconductors? So basically, when we have to discuss electronic devices, most of the electronic devices, they consist of semiconductors. Now first is, now you all know what are conductors. Conductors are which can conduct electricity. They are very good conductors of electricity. So they can easily let electricity to pass through them. So their resistivity is of the order of 10 raised to the power -5 to 10 raised to the power -8 ohm meter. Okay, the resistivity is of this much order. Insulators, they are having very high resistivity, that is of the order of 10 raised to the power 8 ohm meter. So they will not allow the current to pass through them. They can behave as conductor at very high temperature or very high voltage. Then what are semiconductors? Semi means like partially. So semiconductors which can conduct partially. What does it mean conduct partially? Means they can conduct at higher temperature or room temperature, slightly higher than room temperature, but they behave as insulators at low temperature. So they are your semiconductors. Their resistivity lies between 10 raised to the power 5 ohm meters to 10 raised to the power 0 ohm meter. Okay, so these are different types of solids we can categorize into. Now semiconductors, materials which are partially conducting, means they will conduct at slightly higher temperature, but they will behave as insulators at lower temperature. Okay, now we will discuss semiconductors in detail. What all different types of semiconductors are there. So actually there are two types of semiconductors mainly, that is intrinsic and extrinsic. Now what is the meaning of intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductors? Or in other ways we can call them as pure, that is intrinsic, or impure, that is extrinsic semiconductors. So these are two types of semiconductors, pure or impure. Semiconductors are basically from your fourth group of elements, like they are having the valency 4. So here the ionic bonds are not formed, rather like covalent bonding is there. So for semiconductors I will take the simple example silicon. From that we are going to explain what are intrinsic or pure, what are extrinsic or impure semiconductors. So let us take example of silicon. It is having 4 valence electrons in its outermost orbit. Okay, so to complete its orbit it needs 4 more electrons. So how are they joined? Like silicon is your semiconductor. So suppose like this is silicon atom. It is having 4 electrons in the outer orbit. They need 4 more electrons to complete their orbit. So for that it will make covalent bonding with 4 more silicons. Then this process is repeated. Repeatedly it is there, and you can see all the bonds are complete. See here, this silicon, 4 electrons are over here, and these 4 are from the covalent bond. So total 8 electrons in its orbit. Similarly for this silicon, it is like this. For this silicon, 3 are here, 4th bond over here. For this, and so on. Means we will not continue to make it like this, it will continue. So all the silicon bonds, they are covalent bonds, all the bonds are complete. You can see there is no free electron to move, because material can conduct only when there is free electron to move. Free means loosely bound electron should be there. So even if you increase the temperature a little bit, no electron become free. So what happened? You just increase the temperature more than like room temperature, suppose. For some of the material it is more than room temperature. Like for you increase the temperature, then what will happen? Any one of the covalent bond may break. Like suppose this covalent bond may break. So this electron become free, it will come over here. Now what is created here? There is vacancy. That vacancy is called hole. This vacancy due to movement of electron. Now where this electron has gone? It is inside this lattice structure. Means it has become free, but still it is bound to this silicon structure. So this is the vacancy. This vacancy is called hole, and this is your free electron. Means loosely bound, it will become free. It can move freely and can give rise to current. Now you increase the temperature, means this I have taken only one bond has broken. Suppose two bonds have broken or three bonds have broken. This electron will become free, and here is the vacancy. That vacancy is called hole. Suppose from here electron is free, then this is the hole. So count here how many electrons are free. This is just generally we have taken 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 number of electrons, and how many holes are there? 1, 2 and 3. So same number of holes. So for pure semiconductor, number of electrons and number of holes, they are same. They will not be different. We can write it like this: number of electrons is equal to number of holes in this case, and they can behave like they can conduct only when the temperature is higher. But if the temperature is low, they will behave like insulators. Okay, such semiconductors are called pure semiconductors because there is no foreign element in it. Everywhere there is silicon only. So there is no foreign atom in that. That is why it is called pure semiconductor or intrinsic semiconductor. And in semiconductors, the conductivity is basically due to the movement of electrons as well as due to the movement of holes. Electrons are considered as negative charges, holes are considered as the positive charges. So how the holes basically move? Like suppose from here, any one electron fills this vacancy, then the hole will be created over here. Suppose this electron will fill its vacancy, then hole will be created over here. So this is how the holes move. And conductivity of semiconductor is due to movement of both electrons as well as holes. So this is your pure semiconductor. Now what if you want to increase the conductivity? You want to increase, like the more current should pass through it, more number of free electron is there, then there is only one method: you can increase the temperature. But if you increase the temperature too much, then all the bonds will break, then it will lose its properties of being a semiconductor. It will act like normal material, metal, because all the electrons are free. So its semiconducting properties will no longer will be with it. So that is why we can't increase the conductivity of semiconductor by just increasing the temperature, because then there is no fun, it will lose all its properties. So there is another method to increase the conductivity. That method is by adding impurity into it. Yes, by adding impurity we can increase the conductivity of pure semiconductor. That method is called doping. Doping is the process of deliberate addition of impurity. Deliberate because we want to add the impurity. The process of deliberate addition of impurity into the pure semiconductor so that its conductivity can be increased. This is called doping. And the substances which are like atoms which are put into this semiconductor, that impurity which is fused into it, that impurity atoms are called dopants. And the semiconductors which are formed after that, they are called doped semiconductors, or they are also called extrinsic. impure semiconductor or they are called intrinsic semiconductors, extrinsic semiconductors. Now we will discuss in detail what are extrinsic semiconductors. There are further the types which depend upon the type of dopants. Extrinsic semiconductors, the semiconductors having impurity atom in them, that is called extrinsic semiconductor, which are doped. And what are the various types? Suppose first I'll just erase these holes and electrons, we'll make the pure structure and then we will discuss further about extrinsic semiconductors. Okay, now let us again consider it is at room temperature. So this is our structure at room temperature. Fine, now this is the structure. Now you add the impurity atom. Impurity atom is like, suppose I add an atom from the 5th group. Okay, what is the atom from the 5th group? For example, phosphorus having 5 valence electrons. So when you add, instead of silicon, I am writing here phosphorus. Because आपने impurity add कर दी. Now phosphorus has 5 valence electrons. So 4 have been used in the covalent bonding. 4 have been used. What about the 5th electron? So this 5th electron is loosely bound. So it is almost acting like a free electron. So this is loosely bound. This is acting like free electron. Similarly, as you keep on adding phosphorus, more number of electrons will be there. So this is just to explain you, like if you add, suppose one phosphorus atom we have added, 1 electron, free electron is there. Along with that, when it is at room temperature or slightly above the room temperature, some of the bond may also break. Because you have not deliberately increased its temperature. वो अपने आप ही bond break किया उसका. Suppose this bond has broken, electron becomes free and a hole is generated. Again, you add more phosphorus. Suppose we are adding phosphorus over here. Again, 4 have made the bond and only 1 electron is loosely bound. That is free electron. Again, suppose this bond has been broken, this electron is free and instead of it, a hole is created. Now let us count the number of electrons, free electrons and holes. First, we'll calculate the number of holes. This is 1. 1 hole is over here. This is 2. So what are the number of holes? NH, number of holes is 2. Now count the number of electrons which are free. So how many free electrons are there? Like 1, this electron, 2, because loosely bound means they are free, 3, 4. So 4 electrons are free. So what are the number of electrons? That is 4. So in this case, when you add an impurity from the 5th group, then the number of electrons are more than number of holes. Such kind of impurity is called pentavalent impurity because it is having 5 valence electron. As number of electrons are more as compared to number of holes, we know charge on electron is negative. So negative number ज़्यादा है. That is why we say these are N-type semiconductors. They are extrinsic. Extrinsic में भी उसकी आगे कौन सी types होगी? N-type semiconductor. They are N-type semiconductors. Extrinsic है, but उसमें भी further उसकी क्या type है? This is N-type because number of electrons are more और electrons के ऊपर negative charge है. So just to distinguish, we say it is N-type semiconductor. But it doesn't mean that it is having negative charge. On the whole, the charge on semiconductor is 0. Whether it is pure, whether it is impure, N-type हो या कोई भी और type हो, charge, overall charge will be 0. How is it 0? Although the number of electrons are more. Now see here, when this electron is loosely bound, when this electron will become free, like by applying small amount of energy, this electron become free. So when it is free from the atom, this phosphorus atom, what will be the charge on phosphorus atom? When an atom lose one electron, then what is the charge on that atom? Obviously positive. So this is the positive ion. Similarly, from here, if the electron is removed, so this becomes positive ion. Electron is free. Now you can see, although the number of electrons are 4, but number of positive charges like holes are 2, plus there are 2 ions also, positive ions also. So they will neutralize the charge, negative charge, because to the 4 electrons there are 4 positive charges present here. Out of them 2 are holes in our example and 2 are atoms. So overall negative charge is equal to overall positive charge. So the whole semiconductor is neutral. So always remember, there is no charge on the semiconductor, whether it is pure or impure. So this is when we add the impurity from the 5th group. Next is we have to add the impurity. Now we change the type of impurity atom. Now we change the doped atom. Let us consider the doped atom is now from the 3rd group, that is having 3 valence electrons. One such example is suppose aluminium. When you added aluminium, it is having only 3 valence electrons. So they will complete just 3 bonds. Then what is there in the 4th bond? Vacancy. There is the hole. Because there is no electron, so there is a vacancy, that is called hole. So by adding aluminium, we have created a hole. Similarly, by adding aluminium over here, we have created a hole. Again, due to temperature, maybe some electron is free, so a hole is created. Here also, suppose this electron become free, so a hole is created. Now count the number of electrons and holes in this case. So what are the number of holes first? 1, 2, 3 and 4, which are created due to aluminium. So number of holes are 4. So what are the number of electrons here? Number of electrons are 1, 2, only 2. So here number of holes are more than number of electrons. It means here holes के ऊपर positive charge, so we can call it as p-type semiconductor. So when trivalent impurity is added, so it is a p-type semiconductor. Of course, again it is extrinsic, but उसकी भी further type क्या है? P-type semiconductor. Now again here, it doesn't mean that it is having positive charge, because if there are 4 holes, then there are 2 electrons, negative charges, and suppose any electron will come into it, it has accepted that electron, it has taken that electron, so charge on aluminium will be negative. So if it has taken 1 electron, charge will be negative. So negative will balance this whole charge. Similarly here, if electron will come over here in the hole, so this aluminium will be having negative charge. See, electron will come over here and a hole is created over here. So here aluminium has negative charge, but this hole is having positive charge, so they are getting balanced. Similarly, ये जो electron hole pair बना, this is already balanced because electron free हुआ, so hole is created. Here also electron free हुआ, तो hole is created. Means सारे negative charges को balance करने के लिए we are having positive charges. So overall charge on p-type semiconductor is also 0. Okay, so what we have discussed till now is just a quick summary of that. Tomorrow we'll discuss the difference between all these. So we have done that semiconductors, they are of 2 types, intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductors. So semiconductors, they are of 2 types. One is intrinsic, another is extrinsic. Intrinsic means pure, extrinsic means impure. Extrinsics are further categorized into p-type and n-type semiconductors. Charge on p-type, like in p-type, what kind of impurity is there? So I'll write just dopants. We use the dopants that are trivalent, having 3 valence electrons, and number of holes are greater than number of electrons. And in n-type semiconductor, the dopants are pentavalent. Dopants are pentavalent, and here number of electrons are more than number of holes. Means from the 5th group we use it in that. And overall the charge on all the semiconductor is 0. They are neutral. Okay, this is all about for today. This is enough for today, I think. And then tomorrow we'll discuss further the difference between all these 3. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.